Hi guys, what's going on? We're talking about holidays and traditions, so I'm gonna tell you a bit of information about Beltan Fire Festival. I'm sure you're thinking, what's Beltan? So here we're gonna learn about it. Actually, if you Google Beltan Fire Festival, you will find a lot of information. I was looking for an unusual holiday, and I've always been interested in Celtic culture. Even I listen a couple of songs. So, I decided to change the tradition that I choose for this festival or holiday, whatever. With this in mind, I'm gonna explain to you some general aspects about this interesting festival. The celebration of May 1st, or Beltan as it is known in Wicca circles, is one of the most important festivals of the religious year. It celebrates with bonfires, maples, dancing, and lots of good old-fashioned sexual energy. The Celts honored the fertility of the god with gifts and offerings. Now, let's know more about it. Where does the festival of Beltan originate? Beltan, as practiced by modern-day witches and pagans, has its origins among the Celtic people of western of Europe and the British Isles, particularly Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. What does the word Beltan mean? The Irish name for May Day is Beltan, of which the second element, tan, is the word for fire, and the first, belt, probably means shining. The festival was known by the other names in other Celtic countries: Beltane in Ireland, Beltune in Scotland, Shendupoltine in Isle of Man, and Gallan Man in Wales. What was the significance of this holiday to the ancients? To the ancient Celts, it symbolized the coming of spring. It was the time of year when the crops began to sprout. The animals bore their young, and the people could begin to get out of the houses where they had been cooped up during the long, dark, cold winter months. Keep in mind that the people of in those days had not electric lights or heat, and that the Celtic countries are at much more northerly latitude than many of us are used to. At that latitude, spring comes much later and winter lasts much longer than in most of the US. The coming of fair weather and longer daylight hours would be most welcome after a long, cold, and dark winter. How did the ancient Celts celebrate this festival? The most ancient way of observing this day is with fire. Beltan, along with Samhain, Imbolc, and Lochisham, was one of the four great fire festivals, which marked the turning point of the Celtic year. In many areas, the cattle were driven between two great bonfires to protect them from disease during the coming year. In what other ways was this festival celebrated? One of the most beautiful customs associated with this festival was bringing in the way. The young people of the villas and towns would go out into the fields and forests at midnight on April 3rd and gather flowers with which to bedeck themselves, their families, and their homes. They would process back into the village, stopping at each home to leave flowers and to receive the best food and drink that the home had to offer. Beltan is a celebration of fertility, and despite that, it's a perfectly natural aspect of the human existence. Let's face it, some parents may not always be comfortable discussing the open womb or erect fellows of the goddess. Analyze, the people who originate this custom lived in close connection with the land. If the folk and fields were fertile, they were able to eat. If there was famine or drought, they went hungry. By the well, the Celts were very close tribal people, and fertility of their women literally meant continually or deprived. Well, That was a little information about this Celtic festival. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed your day. Goodbye.